Hey guys, I'm doing a special video for you guys. Anyone who's starting college, anyone who's starting university. Mainly, I'm focusing on first year people because they're the ones that have the most anxiety and worry and that kind of a thing. So we're going to focus on that. I've never done this before, so I'm just kind of seeing how it'll work and seeing if it helps anyone. So we'll start with that, okay? So I pulled messages from your animal spirit guides from Stephen D. Farmer for you guys, and I pulled your spread with the Tarot Illuminati deck. Eric C. Dune. Alright, so for your animal spirits, and sorry, I already shuffled because I hurt my hand real good. Stabbed myself. So, you guys got Ladybug. And that's lovely, and I'll read you the message. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. So that's lovely. That sounds like a good start to school. It's basically setting you off on a good foot there and saying, like, this is okay and not to worry, because I know everyone's scared, especially the first day. But what I can suggest for you is university is always open beforehand, college, so you can normally get in a week before and, like, check it out, see where your classes are, check out your locker, like that kind of stuff. Get it all prepared before the first day, and then the first day isn't so crazy. And you'll see a lot of other people doing that too, so don't feel like you're the only one. So basically I just put out a spread to give you a little bit of insight as to what's going to go on in the first year, I guess. I don't think that the cards quite go that far, so maybe the first semester will kind of hope for anyway. So to start out, you guys have Three of Wands, and to me that is waiting for your ships to come in. He's definitely waiting there, but what is on the horizon there? Oops, whoa, brand new cards sliding everywhere, and I think this is reminding me to show you what the underlying energy was, because I didn't do that. Pardon me. So I'm going to quickly talk about this. The Devil, underlying energy. So there's going to be some temptations at school. That's probably obvious for you. Be careful though, like what kind of temptations. Hopefully not drugs. Stay away from drugs. You're paying for a bunch of school. Don't screw it up. It could be a love relationship. That also, I'm going to say, don't do it while you're at school. You're paying for school. Focus on school is what I can say. Other addictions, video games, that kind of a thing, set it aside for now. If you're paying for school, pay for school and focus on school. Okay? So now, about the Three of Wands. Oh, the Devil, one more thing. I wanted to mention, even getting into groups that maybe you think are standing for something really important or something like that, be careful of the temptation in that too. It seems like you could get stuck in a rut with a group like that. What is a good one? Oh, last year people were protesting by staying in safe spaces and cuddling teddy bears and stuff like that. That is not educational in any way, shape, or form. Stay away from that kind of stuff, okay? If you don't know what's going on, or even worse, if you're being paid to protest, please don't do that. If you're not wearing a t-shirt that says, I'm being paid to protest, while you're holding your sign, you're kind of being majorly deceptive, and people on TV see that and they think that there's something real happening, but you're really being paid. Don't get into that kind of stuff, please. Oh, I hope that helps for some people. Now, Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. But I see that you're kind of worried about what's on the horizon. And the reason I say that is because these flags, they don't have any names or symbols on them, so it's almost like unknown territory kind of a thing. Even one of the boats doesn't have a flag, so you never know what could be in store for you. So what I'd say is proceed with caution. And I don't know if that's just school necessarily, or if that's something like I said about the temptations, or a relationship, or any kind of addiction, that kind of thing. So just be careful of that, okay? Um, Next we have Queen of Swords. And this to me is definitely a professor. So this is someone who's going to really change your life, because there's so many butterflies in this card. This is like transformation. Okay, and this it comes through a professor, some kind of higher up than you, someone who knows more about whatever. Like Queen of Swords is a highly intellectual card. So this is definitely a professor, someone who's going to teach you a lot about whatever subject you're going for. And like I said, transformation. You are going to learn from this person. She's going to help you for sure. Next we have Princess of Pentacles. So this is someone who wants to learn about finances. Okay, and this is a really good time to learn about finances, because if you're going to college, probably you're getting a student loan. Be careful with that money. Secondly, you're probably going to be immediately offered a credit card. Be careful with that money. It is good to use both of those things, but also be very responsible and pay them off immediately. What I can tell you is I paid my student loan off like way faster than most people, and it served my credit ratings really well. So keep that in mind. If you don't have to use all of your student loan, try not to do that. Of course, be frugal right now. Make sure you're just spending money on what you need. You're going to school to make a lot more money than what you have right now. So don't worry about things, because that will come with time, okay? So, I hope I'm helping some people. And now I'm losing my voice. Pardon me. So, next we have Prince of Pentacles. So already you're learning about money, because this is someone who is more evolved with his finances, her finances, okay? So, it also feels like you're offering money now. Maybe you feel like you have something to offer. Again, keep it on the down low. It could even mean like, for some reason I feel like you're offering gifts to like a new person. Maybe you meet someone and you think it's going good and stuff like that. That's all good, but just be careful when you're going to school, like I said. Be really frugal. If you have to, just take your date on a walk rather than spending a bunch of money, okay? Alright, so next we have Four of Swords. So there's going to be a lot of rest that's needed. And I can't tell you enough, make sure you are getting enough sleep. It's so important to get enough sleep. I was going to mention, if you have to do like an all-nighter kind of a study thing, try to do it 2 nights before the test instead of the night before the test, if that makes any sense, and then you still get enough sleep that night. Oh, also drink water with lemon in it. So like in the morning when you're off to school, have your bottle of water and just squeeze like half a lemon into it. That helps with recall, so especially on test days, but actually every day it's perfect. And it also keeps your acidity, it keeps you alkaline, so it keeps your acidity down. And that's like really healthy for you, so that's awesome. Four of Swords, still I see almost some issues with the professor. It could be deadline issues, it could be you're even having issues with what they're teaching. So it feels like maybe a different professor than the one who was going to enlighten and transform you. It could even be some kind of, I don't know, it feels like some kind of affair with a professor. So watch that too. Again, you're paying for school. professors getting paid to go to school, so be careful what you're wasting your time on and money on. Make sure it's worth your while, I guess, because maybe they'll sweep you off your feet and you'll never have to worry about school again, but I think that's more important, and I think you know that too. So, that's of course not for everyone. That's probably a small group of people. Okay, and lastly we have judgment. Ooh, hot. Sorry. That's my candle right there. So, judgment. This looks like the protesting thing I was talking about earlier. It could be that you just have an aha moment, probably about money. But it could be because you're getting enough rest. It's almost like things just click and you really get your subject, and then it all goes really well. Like, it's almost like a download kind of a thing. Like, so of course that comes with work. Don't think that it's just going to happen and you're not going to have to work for that. But as long as you stay away from any temptations, which this is really hard to do, so you're going to have to be aware of any temptations and set them aside. Make sure when you go, you get study groups rather than a bunch of friends. Like, make sure that the people that you're getting together with at school are about school. So not about partying, not about protesting, not about, those kinds of things. About school and learning. Oh, and when you find your study groups, make sure you're picking like the smartest people in the class, because you're going to get a lot more out of it than people who are really struggling or people who don't care to learn, the partiers, that kind of thing. Because there's a lot of kids who get to go to school because their parents just pay for it, and they will not do as well because they're not paying for it themselves. Alright, so I hope that gives you a little bit of insight for your school year. Like I said, probably just the first semester. Let me know how it goes, and maybe I'll extend another reading for the second semester, but also you'll have to let me know when that is, because I don't go to school. I'm way too old. Not that you have to be young to go to school. My dad is actually retired now and goes to school, so he goes to university. So anyone can go to school, but again, this one was for mainly the freshmen, the people who are just starting out. And again, I'm losing my voice, so I still have to do Leo Virgo's birthday reading, so I'm gonna go do that. And you guys take care and have fun in school, and don't stress out because every single person, it's their first day, okay? Take care.